Hello and welcome to Salasia TV at Political Fireworks. I'm your host, Faith Shikanga. To our lovely viewers who are always tuning in, I cannot thank you enough. If you've not hit the subscribe button, please do so to always be in the loop about the latest happening. Now, on to the latest happening. Of course, it is about Gachagua's attack. I don't know about what you think, but for several months right now, we've had cases of leaders being attacked, and right now, hearing that goons are attacking meetings is no longer news. What was meant to be a very peaceful Sunday service at PCEA Kasarani Church turned out to be a scene of chaotism when goons stormed in a church service and tried to attack, and they were chanting "Tupatie pesa yetu, tulipe pesa yetu." Well, I just love that this one time the police, of course, the Gachagua security was really ready and it acted with immediate response, and they tried to fire guns, of course, in the sky just to help to disperse these goons and to restore peace. Let's listen into this. Now, we really do thank the security for a very early intervention. And if this was not taken care of, I can imagine how chaotic this would have turned out to be. Fortunately, there was no injuries that was reported. And Gachagua, who was clearly the target, he was very safe. And this happened with, of course, they were very rowdy. They tried overturning chairs. From turning chairs, they tried even damaging, of course, the vehicles. And not only Gachagua's vehicle was damaged, they extended this to the innocent congregation who had just parked their cars. So these are the only damages we can see. Fortunately, no one was hurt. Maybe if there were such cases, I can only imagine that they were very minor injuries. Now, this is not the first time that Gachagua is being attacked. Of course, this happened 4 months ago. We did witness a similar attack, but in this case, it's just that it was Gachagua's allies who are, of course, attacked with goons at Limuru in Kiambu County. Now, in his response, he attributed his attack to his fallout with the President Ruto and claimed, he even took us back to 2007 and claimed that for a person who successfully orchestrated a church massacre, that children, innocent souls were involved. Sending goons in a church service is no surprise to this person. Now, what do you think? These claims, as much as these are, of course, claims that were reported by the very Gachagua himself. So I'm just thinking as a person, clearly he knew about this during the time when he was working with President Ruto. So it's only now he gets to take us back and gets to try and paint how inhuman the current president is. So let me share your thoughts on this. Do you think that this is something that he has just found out about right now, or he did have a clue on what happened before? So maybe this leads us to the big question of what was the prime motive of these goons? Clearly, the prime motive of a goon is to taint the reputation for the person whom they are targeting to. So in this case, them chanting "Tulipe pesa yetu," we can only think of two things. First, maybe they are making us believe that these are goons who once worked with Gachagua and maybe never got paid, and maybe making us believe that Gachagua is somebody who is used to working with goons. Do share your thoughts on that.
Vile maneno naendelea hii Kenya, even if you eliminate Rigathi Gachagua, nothing will change. It will just complicate your politics more than it's already complicated. And we have enough soldiers to carry on with the struggle. You may bring me down if that is what you think will help you, but we have enough soldiers here to carry on with the struggle. So sisi tunakualika ufanye vile unataka. Governor, hawa watu ya Kasarani walikuchagua. you cannot pay them back by kutuma goons kwa kanisa yao. Surely. It doesn't matter how ungrateful you are. If nothing else, watu ya Kasarani governor walikupigia kura, walikupatia mamlaka. How can you send goons in their church when they are raising funds for the completion of their church? It's very insensitive, it's very unkind, and it's something that we don't understand. But doesn't matter ile, kwa hivyo hatuwezi tishu. Na chama yetu iko tayari mwezi ya 5. Sawa sawa? Mnangoja chama yetu? Si mumehama kwa UDA? Sasa nyinyi msijali, chama yetu iko tayari. Tukijitayarisha mambo ya uchaguzi pole pole tukisubuana na huyu jamaa, lakini msikuwe na wasiwasi. Mungu wako na Mungu halali, tena hakuli ugali. Mungu ni yule yule na hakuna bahali ameenda. Mungu atatulinda, atatuchunga. So hivyo Reverend, tumeshukuru sana, na kwa sababu tungetaka tuchukue pesa hii waheshimiwa ndio tukuachie, ndio na sisi tuweze kuelekea. Na niseme hivi, jana wetu tafadhali msitumike. Mimi najua nimekuwa very cautious and I have been very careful and tolerant, telling our young people not to agree to fight back. Mimi nataka amani katika nchi hii, na vile Malala amesema tulipotolewa, niliambia watu msitoe fujo, msiende maandamano, mnyamaze, muibe nyimbo za Mungu. Even now tukiwa provoked, I want to ask our people to be peaceful. Hii maneno tutasota out kwa debe. That is the right way ya kusota out hii maneno tuko nayo na huyu rais. Tutasota out kwa debe. Nyinyi mtulie, don't be provoked, don't revenge, don't fight back. Wacha tu atuchokore, wacha afanye vile anataka. But I want to ask our people to remain peaceful, to remain obedient to the rule of law, and even if we are provoked, we try to contain ourselves, na Mungu atatusaidia.
At Salasia TV, we try as much as we can to just, because at the end of the day, it is an interactive session. We try and bring out the big Q segment. That is why I've introduced the big question segment, whereby I ask a question and you get to share your thoughts. Keep it coming, keep it very engaging, because at Political Fireworks, we are all about engagement. I've been your host, Faith Shikanga, and do stay tuned for always the latest happening, especially in the political arena. Do enjoy the rest of your day.